Hey everybody, before we get to today's show, I just want to update you on something. I know I've mentioned this on the show previously, but in case you missed it, while I'm in Japan for a couple weeks, we're going to be preparing for a lot of change here at WDWNT, and especially here at our space at WDWNT Celebration, which is our office space, our working studio where we film News Today, WW News Tonight, and a lot of our other programs, and of course, our incredible museum, which has been up to this point just one small room in the front of our office space. But like I've said before, we are going through a bit of an expansion, which will include modifications to the studio, a massive expansion of our museum space, and as well, we are expanding next door into what will be our new office space as well, and a new home for podcast filming too. So, with all that happening, obviously, it takes a little money to make these things happen, as Walt Disney said in one way or another at one point. It takes a lot of money to make these dreams happen, something like that. I don't remember exactly what the wording was, but nonetheless, it's true that we need money. So what we're doing is, as I've been moving stuff over here to the new space, I have found over 300 items from my personal collection that I feel I can part ways with. And the idea here is to raise money for all of the projects that we're going to be taking on in the next 6 weeks as we remodel and reimagine all of this space for your future enjoyment. So these items will be available in an auction this coming Saturday, March 23rd, which will begin at noon Eastern and will likely take several hours as it's 300 and some odd items of mine. And it's a great opportunity to own collectibles from various Disney parks around the world, the Disney Cruise Line, Disney Store, etc. From over the years. We have stuff, I think from the 80s to today, available in this auction. A lot of pins, a lot of other very cool stuff. So please check it out, and please know that every cent of that will go to improving our studio, office, and museum space. And we can't wait for you to see it when we have our grand reopening starting in May. And there'll be a lot of other opportunities too. We want to start opening the space for recordings of this show, News Today, and the like. So a lot of exciting things on the horizon. But again, our 2024 spring cleaning auction will take place beginning at noon Eastern Time this Saturday, March 23rd. So please join us. It'll be streaming right here on YouTube, and you can check out the full catalog at auction.wdwnt.com. Check it out, and we'll see you then. This is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss of WDWNT.com. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to make sure you never miss the latest from the Disney theme parks all around the world. Here now the news for March 18th, 2024. New themed signage has been added to the construction walls surrounding Tiana's Bayou adventure at the Magic Kingdom. The signs have been placed sporadically along the construction walls. They feature different The Princess and the Frog movie quotes, and they're all marked with two logos. First is a Disney Dreamers at Work logo with Cinderella Castle and Magic Kingdom included in the design. The second logo is for PPG Paints, which has been the official paint of the Walt Disney World and Disneyland resorts since 2022. This style of signage can regularly be found on a number of projects throughout the resort on their construction walls. The first sign features a quote from a flashback scene in The Princess and the Frog, where a young Tiana goes to her window to wish upon an evening star. Her father, James, then tells her the quote that's included on this sign. There's an illustration of a wishing star above the quote. It says, "You wish and you dream with all your little heart, but you remember, Tiana, that old star can only take you part of the way. You got to help it along with some hard work of your own." The second quote comes from Tiana when she is in her frog form. Above this version of the sign is Tiana's leaf-shaped tiara. It reads, "The only way to get what you want in this world is through hard work." This theme of working hard fits the story of the attraction, as it'll be based on Tiana's Foods, an employee-owned co-op that Tiana founded after the events of the film. The headquarters for Tiana's Foods is located inside the attraction's salt mine. Staying with the same topic, a new drawstring backpack at Walt Disney World is recycling old Magic Kingdom artwork, but still features Br'er Rabbit and as well the old Cinderella Castle paint job. The drawstring backpack is $24.99. It's light blue with black drawstrings. The design on the front is from 2006 when Disney parks took on the tagline, "Where dreams come true." Various classic animated Disney characters and characters representing each of the Magic Kingdom's lands are pictured in front of Cinderella Castle and a blue sky. The art wasn't altered at all from the original merchandise. Cinderella Castle is still in the old light gray instead of its 50th anniversary iridescent makeover. And Br'er Rabbit from Song of the South and Splash Mountain is pictured next to Cinderella and Alice. The same artwork is also used on the heather gray shirt, which has been available for a little while now. Br'er Rabbit represents Frontierland, while a hitchhiking ghost represents the Mansion and Liberty Square, and a pirate represents Adventureland. Of course, Br'er Rabbit hasn't been featured on new merchandise in years, and most Splash Mountain merchandise hasn't been restocked since the ride permanently closed. Of course, that merchandise wasn't restocked after 2020 either. Splash Mountain, though, the structure itself has popped up on some recent merchandise. Most references to Song of the South and Splash Mountain have been removed from Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resort due to the controversial nature of the subject matter. Splash Mountain at Disneyland and Magic Kingdom, of course, both being transformed into Tiana's Bayou adventure now, with that Magic Kingdom attraction will open this summer. It is worth noting that Splash Mountain remains at Tokyo Disneyland, but they don't have merchandise with the Br'ers either. They do have at least a pin with Splash Mountain, but it has Chip and Dale on the ride. But no Br'er merchandise whatsoever in Japan. A man is accused of stealing cash and a phone on Christmas Eve at the Magic Kingdom, according to newly released sheriff's records. Jonathan Javier Guevara Lorena, 33, of North Plainfield, New Jersey, was arrested and charged with grand theft and petty theft, said Orange County court records. Guevara Lorena's arrest led to a scene at the Magic Kingdom while guests were celebrating the holidays, and what happened is bizarre. A teenager realized his cell phone was missing from his backpack, and while the fireworks exploded in the night sky, the teenager called his number from another phone to find his cell phone when his missing device rang from Guevara Lorena's pocket. Guevara apologized and gave the phone back to the teenager, saying he didn't know it was his, according to the Orange County Sheriff's report. Nearby, a Davenport woman and her sister from Connecticut watched what was happening and got involved. They realized they, too, were victims of theft. The Connecticut woman discovered her fake Michael Kors wallet containing $1,700 was missing from her backpack. They apparently did their own detective work, and the family confronted Guevara Lorena, who, again, had the wallet in his pocket, but the money was gone. Jonathan told the Davenport woman that he did not know how the wallet got in his pocket, the sheriff's report said. After being confronted, the Davenport woman advised that an unknown white female later came up to Jonathan and he handed something to her before she walked away. Authorities got involved. Due to this confrontation causing a scene in the park, Disney security came on the scene and later escorted the Davenport woman and her family to the security office along with Jonathan, said the report. Inside Disney's security office, the Davenport woman said Guevara Lorena's girlfriend called his phone and spoke with her, trying to bribe her. The girlfriend offered the Davenport woman $500 if she didn't pursue criminal charges against Lorena. It didn't work. The Davenport woman wanted Guevara prosecuted. The sheriff's office was not able to find the teenager whose phone was initially stolen or Guevara Lorena's girlfriend. The arrest report also noted that $300 of the stolen money was not recovered. Court records show that Guevara Lorena is represented by the Public Defender's Office and pleaded not guilty in January. His next court hearing is scheduled for this week. If you're wondering why it takes so long, the sheriff's office, the court records for the last pretty much post-COVID take several weeks and months to come back now. So we're not hearing about these incidents for some time after they happen, but I think they're worth talking about. This one particularly weird and wacky. The iconic Disney Glow Wand has a new look with a Mickey Mouse balloon wand available in Magic Kingdom. The Mickey Mouse Balloon Glow Wand is $30, found at the Emporium on Main Street in the Magic Kingdom. This glow wand features a white inflated balloon-style Mickey head at the top with a rainbow Mickey head print throughout. It has a long wand with red details, a clear wand middle, and a glowing orb at the end, and the colors of the orb change. The design of the top portion is a new twist on the wands that are designed to look like balloons. This one actually has a balloon on it. The colors inside the balloon can be changed via a button on the handle. The clear middle section glows in a rainbow of colors, and the handle is designed to look like Mickey Mouse's shorts, complete with 2 yellow buttons. The button at the front is a small Mickey head, and on the back, there's an on and off switch and a section to replace the batteries. It's pretty cute. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guest and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. Head on over to beourguestvacations.com/WDWNT, and their team will design your next magical vacation, from the Walt Disney World and Disneyland resorts to the Disney Cruise Line to Adventures by Disney and more. They're also able to book unforgettable VIP tours where you and your group can experience the ultimate park day. The best part is their concierge services are 100% free, so book today. The Disney Springs restaurant Raglan Road has added a new food allergies warning after a guest died from an allergic reaction from dining at the location. On the Raglan Road website, guests who scroll down are now met with the following message. For guests with food allergies, kindly note that we are not a gluten or allergen-free restaurant. We cannot guarantee that any dish we prepare is free from gluten or allergen or free from cross-contact. Guests must notify their server of any allergy-friendly requests. A manager will then discuss our allergy menu with you. Guests must use their own discretion to make informed choices based on their individual dietary needs. Consuming raw or undercooked meats, poultry, or shellfish may increase your risk of foodborne illness. This appears to be in relation to an October 2023 incident in which a guest with severe dairy and nut allergies notified Raglan Road staff of her allergies but was allegedly served food with both dairy and nuts. She later died of anaphylaxis due to the elevated levels of dairy and nuts in her system. The news came out in March of 2024 when her husband filed suit against Disney and Raglan Road. The construction walls around the world of Pixar backdrop at Walt Disney Studios Park in Paris have come down, despite nothing being finished. DLP reports shared the images you're looking at now. It's free of construction walls, but it's clear in the photos that while some of the backdrop has been fixed, they simply gave up on other areas. The Worlds of Pixar area notably was covered in construction walls a mere 3 months after it was first unveiled to guests. The needed refurbishment was due to heavy peeling of the sticker application, along with cuts and ripples throughout. In the images you're looking at now, you can see damage below Luca, and in the photo shared by DLP Report, you can see that the section has been replaced, meaning some of the sections of the area were fixed while others remain damaged. In fact, some sections appear to have gotten worse compared to what happened by the time October of 2023 rolled around. The up balloon section is peeling in a number of sections with dark lines throughout. It's unclear if Disneyland Paris will continue to fix this or not. Taking the walls down kind of means they're not working on it actively. For those that don't know, this was first announced in April of 2023 that Worlds of Pixar would take over the Toon Plaza photo area in Walt Disney Studios Park. The section is essentially a photo op area with illustrations of Pixar characters, new and old, bursting out of windows of 2 buildings. This replaced, again, that sort of Toontown, Toon Studio backdrop. Toon Studio is what some of this area used to be before it was pushed in and combined with Worlds of Pixar, which combines it with the Toy Story Playland and as well the Ratatouille area and the Cars Road Trip area too. But you know, this was a hallmark, especially of the Chapek era, was these decal-laden projects, right? A number of things where they did something new or a quick change was made, and it's just really the application of a giant decal. And we've seen with like every single project with these mega decals that they don't last long. So I don't understand why we keep going back to this. I don't get it, right? The whole Edna Mode meet and greet at Hollywood Studios, all the walls in there were peeled like 4 weeks in. You know, most of the stuff they did for Pixar Pier was damaged weeks into that at California Adventure. Why do we keep doing this? You know, weather and guests and other factors do not allow this to remain intact. So let's get away from the decal process. It might be time to start painting things again, guys. A new Duffy and Friends Come and Find Spring merchandise collection is coming to Tokyo DisneySea next month. The limited time merchandise will be available beginning on Monday, April 1st. The Duffy and Friends Come Find Spring collection includes plush, costumes, badges, charms, and special Lena Bell merchandise. Lena Bell is featured in the Come Find Spring story released with the collection. There are also housewares and candy items. And Tokyo Disney Resort is also releasing updated versions of the plush badges of Duffy and Friends in their original classic outfits. You can find all the merchandise at WDWNT.com in an exhaustive post. But there will also be limited time food, beverage, and souvenir menu items available at the Cape Cod Cook-Off at DisneySea for this event starting on April 1st. There's the apple jelly and yogurt mousse. This dessert is made of layers of green apple jelly and yellow yogurt mousse. It's topped with a dollop of whipped cream and a Duffy-shaped chocolate piece. And guests can add a souvenir cup for 650 yen. It features Duffy, Lena Bell, Olumel, and Cookie Ann in a meadow of flowers with butterflies around them. And as usual with these types of items, that dessert cup fits inside the mug, and then you take the mug home. There's also a tea muffin. It's a tea-flavored muffin with raspberry granules, and there's pink icing and a flower-shaped chocolate on top. For 650 yen, you could also add a flower-shaped plate featuring Lena Bell, Gelatoni, Cookie Ann, and Duffy. There's a lunch bag for 1,300 yen with any purchase. The lunch bag is off-white with pink straps and a pink zipper, and Lena Bell is pictured on one side chasing a butterfly through a meadow. Come Find Spring is printed above her. And the full artwork of Cookie Ann, Gelatoni, Lena Bell, and Duffy in the meadow is on the other side of the bag. Lena Bell is using her magnifying glass to examine Easter eggs held up by Gelatoni, and there's a lighthouse in the background. That's the lighthouse from the Cape Cod section of American Waterfront at DisneySea. The bottle is 1,300 yen with purchase. The bottle is transparent and covered in images of Duffy and Friends, flowers, and Easter eggs, and the lid is solid pink. The lunch bag in the bottle can be added to a purchase of another Duffy and Friends Come Find Spring menu item. There's also the caramel cream cookie sandwich. 2 Duffy-shaped cookies hold together caramel ice cream and sauce. A zipper pouch with a carabiner clip is available with the cookie for an additional 1,000 yen. An end date for the cookie sandwich, in case we're not released, they'll likely be around longer than the rest of this. There's also a first prize set. The set includes a cheese bread sandwich of salmon, yogurt, tzatziki sauce, and orange puree. Guests also get French fries and their choice of soft drink. This will be available through August 27th. I just want to say something. I know if you guys watched or listened to the podcast, we did 2 Tokyo episodes. On the first one, we talked about food. When I was talking about the weird, gross sandwiches, this is one of them. This is what they look like. I do not want to eat this thing. It looks vile. Anyway, there's also a Lena Bell's bubble tea. This fruity drink has a lassi flavor, guava syrup, black tapioca, and mango toppings. That'll be available through June 30th, as will all the items I didn't mention a date for. Those are all through June 30th. And I'm going to check these out. As you all know, I'll be in Japan starting next week, and I'm going to go review these, and we're going to see how it goes. Meanwhile, speaking of Duffy and Friends Play Days is set to return for 2024 spring season at the Hong Kong Disneyland Resort. It's actually already started. From March 15th to June 10th, Hong Kong Disneyland will celebrate Duffy, his friends, and their biggest fans with the returning Duffy and Friends Play Days, a fan festival that takes over the park with entertainment, merchandise, food, and more, all dedicated to Duffy, Shelley May, Gelatoni, Stella Lou, Cookie Ann, Olumel, and Lena Bell. Happening in the front of the Castle of Magical Dreams, the first ever The Joy of Sharing show will see the stage turn into a colorful lawn for a picnic for Duffy and his friends. Appearing in all new spring outfits, the friends will come together to share treats and sweet moments. A Disney Premier Access package with a reserved viewing area is available for purchase. Returning this year is Stella Lou's Wonderful Wishes Ballet. Stella Lou will perform at the Storybook Theater with the Hong Kong Ballet, along with appearances from Duffy, Lena Bell, and Gelatoni. Those who purchase Disney Premier Access will be granted priority entry. The show will run from April 5th through May 5th. The Duffy and Friends Playhouse is where guests can meet Duffy and friends. With interactive games, decorations, and theming, the Playhouse will immerse guests in fans to see, they say. There is also a Disney Premier Access upcharge available for priority entry. The line does get quite bad. Town Square will be home to 7 Duffy and Friends sculptures, and guests are encouraged to share selfies with the displays. And several dining options themed specifically for the festival will be available in the park during the event. Starting March 8th, the Hong Kong Disneyland e-store will be home to a variety of Duffy and Friends merchandise items for the event as well. And the Hong Kong Disneyland Resort hotels will also host Duffy and Friends Play Days activities. At Disney Explorers Lodge, the Chart Room Cafe, guests can take cookie drawing lessons. At Hong Kong Disneyland Hotel, the Grand Staircase, or the Disney Explorers Lodge Dreamers Spring, guests can take a Duffy and Friends balloon workshop. At Hong Kong Disneyland Hotel, the Grand Staircase, guests will find a Duffy and Friends jewelry box building workshop. And finally, guests can add a Duffy and Friends Sugarland in-room surprise to their hotel stays as well. For the absolute latest on these stories and all that didn't make it into today's show, be sure to check WDWNT.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Inner Globe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. A special shout out to all our WIGS members watching who make this show happen every week. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss saying, enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.